For years, we have been told that inflammation is a battle that we have to fight. We've been told to take pills to block the pain. But in 2026, the world of science has made a massive discovery, and I don't think many people realize what this means. Your body doesn't need to block inflammation, it needs to resolve it. Today I'm going to show you 5 African foods that actually act as a key to your body's anti-inflammation system. These are the foods that our ancestors lived on for thousands of years, and they contain the exact chemical keys that you need to flip the switch and bring your body back to balance. Now, I'm not a doctor, I'm just somebody who loves learning, and I've spent the past 10 years sharing what I've learned about African foods in an effort to help others live better lives. I am going to say it up front, I'm probably going to butcher the pronunciation of a couple of scientific words. So with that out of the way, let's chat. You have a literal off switch for inflammation right inside your cells. When this switch is on, your body repairs itself and the inflammation resolves itself. When the switch is stuck in the off position, you end up with a lot of health issues. The persistent fatigue, the insomnia, the stiff joints, the digestive issues such as constipation, diarrhea, acid reflux, mental health changes, including depression, anxiety, brain fog, skin problems, weight changes. All of these have unfortunately become commonplace. Most people are stuck in the pro-inflammatory loop because they lack the specific triggers that they need to flip on the switch. So what is inflammation? To understand what inflammation is, you need to think of your immune system as a team of superheroes. When you get a cut or a cold, these superheroes rush to the area with sirens blaring. They put up a yellow caution tape to protect the area while your body repairs itself. You experience that caution tape phase as the swelling, the heat, the redness, and the pain. That is inflammation. That's a great thing when it happens for a few days. But when the superheroes forget to leave, that is called chronic inflammation. It keeps the sirens screaming and the caution tape up for months. Eventually, the sirens become so loud, your body cannot do its normal jobs, like thinking clearly or moving without pain. To understand the inflammation switch, we have to look at the pathway called P38-MAPK. When you get hurt or eat junk food, your body switches on the P38 alarm. This starts the fire of inflammation to protect you. In early 2026, scientists discovered a group of smart fats called epoxy oxylipins, specifically the one called 1213-EPOME, that goes to press the button and turn off the inflammation. Now, the danger lies in the fact that these messenger molecules are made up of smart fats, and they are very, very fragile. On their way to flip the switch and press the button, they can be attacked and destroyed by free radicals. This brings us to the first of our African foods, which is red palm oil. Red palm oil has tocotrienols, which are a powerful form of vitamin E. These tocotrienols act as a physical shield. They surround the messenger molecules and guard the messengers called epoxy oxalins. This allows the messenger molecules to safely reach the switch and to turn off the alarm. When the messenger molecules are protected by tocotrienols found in your foods like palm oil, they can travel to your immune cells and tell the protein called P38-MAPK, the fire alarm, to switch off. If you don't have enough antioxidants like tocotrienols, your body might try and make these molecules, but they get oxidized and destroyed before they can ever reach the P38 switch. This is why red palm oil is so unique. It provides a shield to make your body's own healing messages actually get delivered. The second plant we know of as a refreshing drink, but hibiscus is a master of cellular communication within the body. Normally when your body is under stress, the P38-MAPK pathway is constantly being pushed to stay on. Think of this like a room where everybody is shouting. because there is so much noise, the cells of your body can't actually hear any other instructions. The anthocyanins in hibiscus act like a mute button for that shouting. They physically block the signals that are trying to keep the P38 pathway active. Anthocyanins are the pigments that give plants their deep red, purple, and blue colors. And you can usually spot these cellular communication tools just by looking at the vibrant colors of our traditional foods. Think of foods like Natal plum, the purple garden egg, and my personal favorite, purple sweet potatoes. They don't necessarily flip the switch off themselves, but they stop the on signal from being so loud. Once the hibiscus has quietened the room, the 12-13 EPOME, which is your body's natural brake, can finally be heard. It travels to the immune cells and delivers the specific chemical instructions to shut down the P38 pathway. So the anthocyanins in hibiscus jam the loud signals that keep your inflammation alarm ringing. By lowering that noise, they create a quiet environment that allows for your body's natural brake to finally reach the switch and shut the alarm down. This is a beautiful synergy. One food, the hibiscus, prepares the environment, and the body's own chemistry, the epoxy-oxylipin, finishes off the job. It shows us that African foods don't just fix you, they enable your body to fix itself. I also want to mention sorghum, the bicolor one, the red and black one. It's a particularly special food. Most plants have common anthocyanins, but the red and black sorghum contains a rare type called the 3-deoxyanthocyanins. What is special about these is that they are incredibly stable molecules. They don't break down easily during digestion, meaning they stay active for longer to help jam the P38 inflammation signals in your gut and in your bloodstream. But it's important to use the whole grain, not the refined white flour, because the pigments are actually stored in the outer bran. Next food on our list is fermented locust beans, the iru or dawa dawa. These traditional fermented seeds are more than just seasoning. They are postbiotic factories. The fermentation process of these beans creates Bacillus subtilis. These bacteria produce signals in your gut that travel all the way up to your brain and your joints. It's like a radio broadcast telling your entire immune system that the threat is over and it is time to start the resolution response. Another way to think of it is your gut like a radio station. Different fermented foods are like different guest speakers, each coming onto the show. While each guest uses the microphone, they all give the body different instructions. What makes fermented locust beans or dawa dawa special for the anti-inflammation switch is the Bacillus subtilis. In the 2026 research we've been discussing, Bacillus subtilis is highlighted because it produces very specific postbiotics. These are the chemicals that are left behind by the bacteria. Probiotics are the living bacteria. Think of these as the workers. And postbiotics are the chemical signals that they produce, essentially the product, so to speak. What scientists have now discovered is that the healing doesn't just come from the particular bacteria itself, but from the postbiotic signals. This is why even if you cook the iru in a stew and you kill the live bacteria, the postbiotic signals are still there. They are heat stable. This is a huge point because it means you don't have to eat the raw fermented beans to get the anti-inflammation switch to flip. Now, while fermented foods like gari or fermented milk send good signals to the body, these specific chemicals are like a priority broadcast that target the P38 MAPK pathway, the fire alarm, so to speak. Eating iru to help with inflammation is the difference between the general news report and a direct emergency call to the fire department. If you found the information in this video helpful, please like the video and share it with one other person you think would appreciate it. The fourth food on our list is the Bambara groundnut. In the wellness world right now, there is a massive trend called fiber maxing, which is just a fancy way of people saying they're trying to eat as much high quality fiber as possible. But our ancestors were already fiber maxing centuries ago with this ancient nut. To understand why this helps with your off switch, we have to look at the energy cost of healing. Bambara ground nuts contain a very unique kind of starch. When you eat them, this starch doesn't break down in your stomach. Instead, it travels all the way down to your lower gut, where it acts as a feast for specific good bacteria. As these bacteria eat this starch, they produce something called short-chain fatty acids. Think of these fatty acids as the fuel or the battery power for your immune system to do its job. Earlier we talked about the fire alarm, the P38 pathway, and the fire department, which is your resolution response. Well, the fire department can't drive to the scene if the trucks have no gas. They can't put out the fire if they are too exhausted to move. Most people have a stuck inflammation switch because their body is literally out of fuel. Their gut is empty, so their immune system doesn't have enough energy to flip the switch off. By eating Bambara groundnuts, you are sending a direct delivery of high octane fuel to your immune cells. You are giving the fire department the energy they need to pack up their gear, roll up their hose, and finally leave the site so your body can stop hurting and you can start rebuilding. Without the specific fiber, your body stays in a state of starvation inflammation. The alarm keeps ringing because the body is too tired to turn it off. I'm going to put up on the screen other African foods you can eat to get the same quality fiber. Finally, we have the last of the foods on our list, the soursop. Soursop contains unique compounds called acetogens. Acetogens are a unique bioactive compound that act as molecular signals to trigger deep cellular cleaning. They serve as a cleanup crew. Think of autophagy as your cells taking out the trash. While scientists are still studying their full potential, what we know in 2026 is that soursop are the masters of this process called autophagy. I came to know about this process when I was researching the benefits of fasting, particularly water fasting. Earlier we talked about the fire alarm, the P35 pathway, and the fire department, which is the resolution response. But here's the thing, even after the fire is out and the alarm is silenced, the room is still full of smoke and debris. In your body, the smoke is what we call cellular waste. If this waste stays in your cells, you will still feel heavy and fatigued, even if the inflammation switch has technically been turned off. Soursop sends the signal for the cleanup crew to come in. It tells your cells to start breaking down the damaged parts and clearing out the smoke. Only when this cleanup is finished will your body truly feel normal again. This is why our ancestors used soursop to help people recover after a long illness. It wasn't just about fighting the sickness, it was about clearing the fog so the person could think clearly and feel like themselves again. Without the cleanup crew, you might not be in pain, but you will never feel 100% energized. While soursop is the most famous source of acetogens, nature has distributed this cleanup crew across a lot of our other traditional African plants. I'll put a list of them up on the screen if you want to take note. You might have seen the Soursop Bitters trend all over your social media feed lately. Most people are taking it because it's trending, but they don't really understand the chemistry behind it. The reason it's so bitter is because it's a concentrated extract of those acetogens and alkaloids. When people say they're feeling cleaner inside, what they're actually feeling is the cleanup crew finally clearing up the smoke and taking out the debris out of their cells. The internet calls it a detox, but biologically, it's a resolution response. It's your body finally finishing the job of cleaning up after years of chronic inflammation. Our ancestors didn't have the 2026 science terms for these processes, but they knew that these foods kept them strong, clear-headed, and resilient. We aren't broken. Sometimes we might just be missing the keys that our body needs to flip the switch off. I've put links to all these foods mentioned in this video in the description section below. If you've enjoyed this video, I think you will enjoy the next one coming up on your screen. Thanks for your attention, and I'll see you in the next one.